Hi, hello, Let's Play fans, Trollpalberg787 back with a brand new Let's Play series, and yes, as you've already no doubt read in the video description, we are going to be playing Total War Rome 2 on Legendary difficulty, playing the Rise of the Republic DLC, and we are going to be playing as Rome. Why not, eh? Let's see, so start off in 399 BC. Yep, that is before the vanilla game. Obviously, we are not an empire yet, hence Rise of the Republic. We are the Republic of Rome, which encompasses Rome and Ostia, two settlements in this one province. The initial challenge is hard. It is quite a tricky start. Basically, you're quite strapped for cash. Loads of dickheads around you, all who want to fight you, who want to destroy you. So, well, not all, but a large majority of them do. So it is quite a slog early doors. But like most things that are difficult, once you get through them, you will be fully rewarded. What else? Italian civilization. So we start off with written knowledge plus 10% research rate, which is really handy because we want to stay a step ahead of our neighbours in terms of research as best we can, especially militarily, so we can conquer them. We also get Destined for Greatness, minus 50% resistance to foreign occupation, which, whatever. Government action, periodically organise elections for consul or a dictator. In my little practice playthroughs, I never use this. From what I ascertained, or what I gather, you pay a bit of money to get one of these two ranks, and you keep it for a couple of turns, and it gives you a couple of buffs like public order, maybe some other stuff. I didn't use them. Maybe they're more handy than I gave them credit for. Didn't feel like the cost was worth it, but maybe we'll see in this playthrough. Maybe I'll change my mind. And we also get Capitoline Hill Fortification, so 2 battles are required for the city of Rome to fall, which is handy for us since we own Rome. We that is our settlement. Wouldn't be so great if we had to go and conquer it. I don't think there's much else to talk about here, so once we get into the campaign, I'll talk about my early tactics and what my plans are for the beginning part of the campaign. So let's go. Look at this guy, shocked by this fucking flying thing. Oh, what's going on? Witchcraft.
We failed you. Accused you and banished you. And you prayed for the gods to punish us. So they inspired our enemies. And sent savages. They took our land, sieged our city, to slaughter husbands, wives and children. We are the city you loved. But we are destined to be the world. Marcus Furious Camillus. Rome needs you.
Rome is at war.
Yeah, sure it is. Not a bad intro, I will say. Sort of forbearing a little bit of what happened to Marcus Furious Camillus in real life. They mention in it there that they sent him away, they banished him, and that is true. He in his early days was a bit of a badass general for the Roman Republic, and then after some early victories and whatnot, due to a little bit of politicking from what I remember, he was banished. And in the years while he was banished, the Veii basically attacked Rome, and also some, I think it was like Celts or Gauls or some crap like that came down from up north, besieged Rome, and Rome turned back to Marcus Camillus. They begged him out of banishment, and he rallied the troops, liberated Rome from that siege, and then went and beat the crap out of the Veii. And I believe it was a siege, the actual settlement of Veii, from what I remember reading, it took like a few years, I think. But anyway, once they ended up surrendering, he slaughtered all the male population, who were over the age of 16, I think, and enslaved the women and the children. Which sounds, you know, pretty harsh, but, you know, that was kind of like staple, I think, for the way things were at the time. It was just sort of like either slaughtered and slaves, or you get slaughtered and become slaves, one of the two. So there you go. He's quite an interesting chap. Read up about him if you've got a spare moment. Go Wikipedia or something like that. I think he ended up living to like a ripe old age, 80, I think. Died of disease, died of some sort of, like, I don't want to say plague, but it was some sort of disease that was going around at the time. Anyway, that is him. I suppose since we are talking about him, let's go to our faction. Unlike some of the other DLCs, your faction leader, your generals, are not immortal. It's like the vanilla game. They do age, they do die, they can die in battle. I believe they can die of old age, although in my practice playthroughs I didn't get far enough to see someone actually die of old age, but I certainly did see them die, so that is a possibility. We will try and keep Marcus alive for as long as possible. And in general, we would like to use generals from our own faction, due to the fact that secessions do happen, and do happen quite often. As you can see already, these dudes are... well, you know what? If we were playing on normal difficulty, they would be okay with us. But due to the difficulty level -25, both of these guys hate us early doors. But thankfully, we are protected for the first 20 turns. But that will zoom by, and then these guys will start to secede, which isn't too big a problem. As long as one of them isn't a general in one of your armies that's full stacked, then that can be a bit of a problem. So we will try to keep our armies to be generaled by our own faction. As for appeasing them through their party traits, I mean, look, play the game the way you think you should play it. I wouldn't go out of my way to try and do anything to try and make them feel better about stuff, because it's just, I think if you try and do things that way, you'll just make the game harder for yourself. So just deal with the secessions as and when they happen. Try and limit them if you can, but don't go out of your way to limit them. That would be my advice. In terms of tactics, for the early doors, in terms of research, I suppose that would probably be better. I think it's quite important to rush to this tactical training to get the castrum, which is the level 3 barracks, because we want a superiority in troops. We want an advantage in the quality of our troops. Because for a lot of the early part of the game, most of these factions around here rock predominantly light infantry, with some medium infantry thrown in. But with that in mind, if we rock a lot of medium infantry, then we should be able to crush them. That's the theory behind it. These guys, not medium infantry. Trash. Get rid of instantly. Not even worth the 37 upkeep that they cost. These guys, Roman swordsmen, we cannot recruit them just yet. As you can see from level 1 barracks, this is all we can get, which sucks. I suppose the slingers are alright, we'll get a couple of those. But we really need to get that up to level 2 minimum, so we can get some Roman swordsmen, because they have a window where they are decent, but you really want to be upgrading them as soon as possible to these guys, the Ensis Centuriae, who are alright, man. They're pretty decent guys, pretty decent chappies. But yeah, that's going to be our plan, to get that up and running as soon as possible. We will do this just to throw in a bit of food, and we will hit bread and games in here, so we make sure that we have a bit of a food surplus. Now, in terms of dealing with these douchebag Veii over here, the plan is going to be, let's just deploy this chap over here. Actually, hold on. Before we do any of that, let's just move over here.
Did you need the men to do anything else?
Because Rome's pretty well protected, doesn't need us reinforcing it, but this could do, just in case something happens. So we'll recruit there. What my plan is for these guys is to besiege both settlements, to stop them from being able to recruit and to stop them from being able to build anything. Basically, that is the plan. How am I going to do that? Well, this isn't Total War Warhammer, where each extra army you get multiplies the cost of just, you know, just even if you've just got the general, it costs you like tons of cash. That's not the case in Rome. Obviously, if you can field 3 armies, then you can field them. It doesn't cost you anything extra, just the troops cost you the extra. And we are going to have 2 extra armies with just the general's unit inside, and they're going to be used to besiege. Now, when we besiege these guys, they will attack us with their garrisons, or in this case, this guy should flee off up to here. They'll come and attack us. We'll run away. They won't follow us. Well, down here they won't be able to, because they've got nothing to follow us with. Up here, I think we flee far enough away that they don't want to chase us. And that will be our tactic until we can build up our own army, blocking them from doing anything. We will build up our own army, and then we will crush them in the space of a turn or two. Not the next turn or two, once we've built our army, which will take a fair few turns, well, maybe 5-6 turns, and then within the once we actually go and attack them within the space of a turn or two, we will have taken both settlements. You could rush this and take it. Don't really see the point. I think it's best just to wait, block them, build up your own army, and then take both settlements pretty much within a turn of each other. I personally think that's the best way to go. So that's what we will try and do. So I'll grab one army here. This is our other general from our faction. Yep, Furious. Good. I'm not going to expand this just yet, because I want to keep all the cash I can to get my army up and running as quickly as possible. We're not going to recruit any more troops until this comes up to level, till we've built this building, because again, the only thing worth recruiting from tier 1 is the slingers, and I don't really want more than 5 slingers in my army. Even that might be maybe too much. Maybe I'd like 4 slingers, but just for the early part of the game, it's fine. Let's head over to technology. So, as we said, we want to head up to Castrum. So to do that, we have to go to the 2nd Legion first. Do that. In terms of diplomacy and sort of where we're going to be looking to head out, let's go to the strategic map. So we are here. We're going to be fighting here. Once we've taken Veii, our plan is to basically be cool with our northern neighbours, give us a bit of a buffer, so we are not fighting on 2 fronts. Last thing you want to do in any game or any war type situation is have to fight one way and the opposite way. So we will be trying to make peace. Well, let's say make peace. We're not at war with them, but we'll be trying to, you know, be on good steading with these guys, and these guys we will try and destroy. And then once we have destroyed them, heading down this way, we will then turn our attentions to heading north. The victory conditions: we require Corsica, we require Samnium, which is here, Bruttium, which is down here. What else do we need? I think Liguria is another one that we need, and I think Etruria. And there might be another one. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there is another one. I think it might be Sinonia. But anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. That's not something we need to focus on just yet. Right now, focus on beating these guys. I don't want to say turtling, but sort of getting ready, because we will get declared war on. These guys more than likely will declare war on us. These guys might declare war on us. Even these guys might, although it's less likely. These guys will definitely declare on us. These guys, I'm almost 100% sure will, and so on and so forth. So we've got to be a bit careful. We've got to take it, I don't say slowly, but we've got to, you know, be cautious and aggressive when we can be. But we don't want to rush around, overstretch ourselves, and then get pounded. So that is the plan. Let's head over to diplomacy. You can usually get a non-aggression pact with these guys. Yep. Cool.
The gods appear to favour you, and far be.
These guys will sometimes do so.
My salutations, and
they haven't done so here.
They're going to thrive in foreign ventures only when.
They're going to be annoyed with us pretty soon anyway, because that little plan, what I was saying, of besieging and then fleeing, the flee takes us into their territory, so they'll be annoyed with our trespassing. I have seen these guys declare war on me. in my little practice runs. I normally don't try and bother getting a non-aggression pact with them, even though I can, because they are in my path of conquest. But you know what? This time around, I am actually going to try, because
As
I would rather them
requested, I
not.
give ear to your
Whether that will affect them not doing so,
this and the virtue.
whatever, but we'll see. You can get a non-aggression pact with Neapolis.
Be
I'm not really
welcome.
sure if it's worth it. Well, they don't want to do it either.
No temple
The rest of
can
these
stand
guys
upon just
won't
two
do it.
pillars. We cannot
They
agree.
just won't. So, you know, there's no
I
really
hope your
point
journey
trying.
was not too onerous. Your
Right.
opening chord caught my attention.
Cool. Is
But
there
the song
anything
was
else
tuneless
that
and
I
overly
need
long.
to discuss?
I
I
will
don't
listen
think so.
no more.
Shut up, man! Guy's just waffling on. Shush. Okay. I think we are good to go, so let's end the first turn. Okay. So you will pop off over here.
Down there, defensive.
Obviously we're not doing anything, we're just encircling. This will block them from being able to do anything. As you can see, these guys are at 7. They will stay at 7. Continue siege, just leave it as it is. Nothing else to do. Again, I said I'm not going to expand this yet, not until I've got my army up and running. So they come attack us, but that's fine.
Leave the field!
Okay, so our champion leveled up. The champions, actually, let's talk about these guys. So the champion, I like to use the champions and spies. They have changed since I last played, or since I last did on Let's Play. They have changed the agents a little bit. The spy is no longer the all-powerful, poisoning, blocking beast that it was. Still useful, but not as great as they used to be. I like to use champions and spies still on the map, because I think that's their best use. I do use dignitaries now in the army, at least on this DLC. I found them best there. We'll talk about them when we get them. For these guys, I tend to like to go intimidating, 3 levels. And then 3 levels in here. The reason so, you can move them around the map and deploy them in provinces. And when they are in a province, this is what happens. So at the 3rd level, -9 morale for all enemy units in local region while deployed, which is pretty powerful. Coupled with this, when this gets bumped up, plus 15% melee attack for all local units for us, and plus 15% morale. So just in the morale alone, that's like almost a 25% swing. Obviously plus 15% for us, -9% for them. Also some public order as well, which is always handy, especially on those frontier provinces, keeping rebellions in check. But yeah, that's how I like to do, and then after that we will ascertain. We'll see where we're going after that. So let's pop that in there. When I get a spy and when I get a dignitary, I'll talk a little bit more about them and how I want to use and level them up.
We'll bring down their defenses.
So obviously these guys still at 7. And we will pop over here, continue our siege. Obviously our barracks is not built yet, so we will stay with what we've got.
Disengage. Let's have a look.
Abandon the battle! That's it, we're here.
Okay,
We are the men of
time to recruit.
Make the army your life.
So we'll grab a bunch of these dudes. Pop back over here.
We'll bring down their defenses.
We will lay siege.
Keep blocking them.
Settlement will fall.
All nice and good.
The Roman army is
Still not going to build anything. Oh, not currently researching technologies, that's not good. So yeah, iron over bronze and then tactical training. That is what we want. Let's just double check diplomacy very quickly, see if anyone will
Enter, friend, and
do anything.
we will not agree. A trireme must have but one
Shush.
The gods have sent many signs ahead.
No,
This offer lacks.
I didn't think so, but you know, sometimes worth asking.
My salutations and the goodwill. The state's defenses do not need another ditch, and we do not hide behind others.
Time to fall back. Arrive safely.
Withdraw! Right, we've made it.
Battle
Okay.
calls.
Onward!
Let's move you guys up into that general direction.
Prove yourself. Join the Roman army. Men. Their walls won't save them.
Then gods will save them. We will lay siege.
Next turn, we might not actually attack it. I will besiege it, because sieges are quite tough. Kind of like the sieges are a bit trickier here. Not that they've changed too much, but you don't get siege equipment until a bit later on in the game, and it's just you know, you don't have archers. You've only got slingers. It's just a bit tricky. But that actually mirrors real life to a certain degree, because a lot of times on these walled settlements, you know, they'd last like years, like, you know, multiple. Maybe not like 10 years, but like, you know, it wasn't uncommon for like a siege to last a year or two. And just starving the population out. Now, obviously, we're not going to take forever, but the plan is, instead of having to assault the walls, if we besiege them, they'll take more attrition than what we will. We will take some attrition, they'll take more. And the plan is to get them to come out and attack us, because obviously life becomes a lot easier if they want to leave the security of their walls, fight us on an open field. More than happy to do that. As for everything else, nothing else to do. End turn. Their garrison anyway. Nothing too
Get back. Regroup.
worries.
At ease.
Abandon the battle.
Yeah, he managed
Shall
to
I have the
recruit a
men
dude
forage
here.
for supplies?
Which is a little bit strange. It's fine.
Laying siege.
Okay.
We live to serve.
You don't need to actually assault this time, but we'll bring you up just to
We are
reinforce.
ready. We'll bring down their defenses.
Now, obviously, that is the case, but we are not going to attack. If they were to attack us, our the strength of whatever that thing will be different, because it just will be. I mean, if they don't attack us, we might as well get these ladders ready. Other than that, we'll continue siege, and we'll see. So, obviously, both of us are taking attrition, but they will take more attrition than what we do. I've tested, so don't worry. So that, let's bang in. Oh crap, we can't get that. I kind of would like that. Let's wait a turn. It won't turn into slums straight away.
Withdraw! Right, we've made it.
Why are they there? They haven't declared war on them, have they? Because if they have, that actually could pause me a little. Oh no, they haven't. Okay, I don't know what they're doing there though. That kind of worries me somewhat, that they're just hanging out there.
Get this siege in place at the double.
So yeah, we've taken a little bit of attrition. They've taken more, as you can see. And just out of curiosity, still not great, but we'll keep sieging.
Their defenses.
Come on. And we obey.
All right, let's bang in a suburbia. So we need some cash. Also, this will help as well, because now they're going to be getting -6% on their morale. So all good.
Abandon the battle. We've arrived in reasonable order.
Alright, a criminal gang is running rampant, bringing chaos to the streets of Rome. However, blah blah blah, appears rumoured to be under the protection of patrician. Well, we're just going to use force. I can't remember exactly what the best option is there, but I just I'm in a cranky mood, so force it is. Alright, let's get up to Castrum. So yeah, still taking a little bit of attrition, but obviously they are taking a lot more. And obviously now this has changed in our favour, but we're going to continue sieging because, you know, we're not in a rush. We don't have anything else to do per se.
We are the men of laying siege.
Let's head over to this bad boy.
I hope your journey was not too onerous. Do you see that pattern in the...
They've come out to fight us, so we will get our fight on. Their slingers don't worry me too much, although they do have some velites who are a bit more dangerous for... What the fuck's going on here? The camera went all a bit funny there.
Missile infantry!
Spear infantry at your command!
At your service! Slingers! Battle group awaiting orders! Stay in formation! Equites!
Okay. Where are these suckers? Alright, you're not going to flee up that fucking mountain, are you?
They are your true shield. Stand firm and hold the line.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
That's their garrison. We should have some reinforcements ourselves. Where are where are you going, Equites? Where's our reinforcement? Not coming, obviously. But this is nice if they're moving into us, because we should be able to crush this force before
Slingers! Fire!
before this force gets to us, or if it even tries to get to us, it might camp up on the hill.
Jupiter gives us strength!
Spearmen at the ready! Advance at speed!
Alright, those slingers are getting deleted,
Slingers!
which is good. These guys are going to get deleted as well, momentarily.
Hold Romans all! Slingers! Melee troops!
Right, they're firing on our slingers, but that's okay. I don't want to come in round the back because they'll get shot in the back. So let's leave them facing forward with their shields up. These guys are more than a match to beat these guys up though anyway.
Melee infantry ready!
I will with their general there. I want to get their generalissimo
Infantry ready!
ready for some fisticuffs. I don't know why that keeps zooming up. That's really annoying.
Swords! Commander! Double time! Fight for glory! Ready!
Right, run into their back.
Command! Yours to
Obviously these
command.
guys need to get closer to us to actually do anything, because they don't have
Melee infantry at your command!
they're not slingers,
Slingers! Loose!
so we can start to attack them. Everyone else just get in line. Bring the
Equites!
general over there.
Romans ready for duty!
Missile infantry at your command! Jupiter gives
Now
us...
these guys are a bit trickier,
Our general is under attack.
because obviously they're medium infantry.
Missile infantry ready! Commander!
Chase them off a little bit.
Swords!
The men are wavering.
Who? Wow,
On your
okay.
command!
I suppose it is their general's unit.
Commander! Advance at speed! Missile infantry!
Melee infantry ready!
These guys got cut down pretty badly.
Engage! Ready and waiting! Sons of God!
Orders! Take aim! Swords! Melee horsemen!
Meanwhile, while you're doing that, let's get you charging in.
Swords! Melee infantry ready! Swords! Orders! Equites! Spears! Swords! Understood!
Let's encircle these guys.
Fire on the enemy! Yes,
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Yeah, I mean these spears definitely, not spears, but velites certainly definitely do some damage to us. But It's going to be a straightforward fight, but we'll encircle these guys. These Etruscan city guard are pretty tough.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Slingers! Loose! Equites! Brave Romans, to a man! Yes, Commander! We await your command! Missiles ready and waiting!
Firing in on the back of them, which is certainly quite nice. Let's get you guys running down here, helping these dudes out. You get a little charge in on them.
Slingers!
They're still firing in the back over there, which is good. These guys are broken.
At speed! Ready! As you command! On my order!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
You might want to get out of there, actually. You've been in there for quite a while.
Slingers! Swords! For glory! Proud Romans all! Yours to command! Spears! Equites!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Ready for orders! Take aim! Slingers! Equites! Swords!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Fucking city guard, man. And the Etruscan hoplites just tougher than our guys at the moment.
Slingers! Missiles awaiting targets. Equites! Advance! Swords! On my orders!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
So once their general's unit falls, life should get a little bit easier for us.
Break the lines! Slingers!
And they're about to, which is good. You pull out.
Missile infantry at your command. Slingers ready and waiting. Swords! At speed! At your service.
Why?
Advance at speed!
One of our units has used all its
I have no idea why it's not letting me.
Swords!
Oh, you know why? Because it might be because they're in a locked group.
And awaiting
There we go.
orders. Slingers! Now!
Alright, fire on them.
Yours to command. As you command.
Fire on them.
Orders! Slingers! Swords! Ready and waiting.
General pull away.
Slingers!
Why those slingers have engaged them? Alright, because they're out of ammo. That'll be why.
Advance at speed! Swords! Commander! Yours to command! Swords! Jupiter gives us strength! Slingers!
Alright, good job. We will continue. Wasn't easy. I mean, those you can see the difference in troops. Like when those city guard turned up, they just whooped the crap out of our what do you call them? Our Roman swordsmen. But that's again another reason why you really just want to get to the third level of barracks as soon as possible, because these guys. I mean, to be fair, the enemy won't have Etruscan city guard everywhere. That's only literally for attacking these kind of settlements. But it goes to show that you just need better troops, and as soon as possible. These guys will be fine, like what we've got for most scenarios, but especially in the early part. But taking actual walled settlements is dangerous business when you don't have better troops. Imagine now having to do that like climbing over walls as well and getting shot on by arrows and whatnot. That would have just been a disaster. Chase those bozos down. No, they're all dead. I think we've got pretty much most of what we... I was going to say, you can have another little volley,
One of our units
you?
has used all its ammunition.
I mean, the auto-resolve wasn't giving us particularly much better. Maybe it would have been better had I auto-resolved it. Would have got a slightly better result. But, yeah. It is what it is. Now, normally I'm not going to want to loot, but in this case, because these guys are Etruscan, not Italian, just to dismantle buildings here costs 1,000 gold, let alone like converting them and whatnot. So you really need as much money as you can get. So I'm going to have to loot.
Fall back, boys!
Fall back from that. Okay, not great. But what can you do? Alright, with all this cash, we are going to demolish. Dismantle because I don't want that. And dismantle because we can't have that in the capital. So, there you go. As for over here, we'll bang in. You know what, actually here isn't a terrible idea to do this, just because this is where I'm going to be recruiting my army from, so I'll recruitment capacity +1. Yeah, these guys are a bit bashed up, but that's not a massive problem. We'll bring them over here, they'll heal up a bit quicker. Now, as for my generals, in the vanilla version of Rome 2, I actually tend to like to go for the warrior, the red tree. But in this, I've actually found that strategist is a little bit better. Mainly because, as you can see, a lot of settlements, they're all quite clumped up together. You do a lot of fighting in this game, and on the strategy, on this DLC, and on the strategist tree, you get buffs to movement, plus melee defense as well at the higher ranks. You get buffs to replenishment, plus armor and ammunition as well on the higher ranks. And both things are really important, because you might think, well, if everything's bunched up, why do you need to move so much? But that is the point, because everything is almost attackable every turn, because it's so all near to each other. So being able to move and react is very important, and because we're having so many fights, we need to be able to replenish our troops as quickly as possible as well. So that's my reasoning, that's my logic behind going down this tree for this specific campaign. I don't think it's a bad idea to go down here either, but the way I've been playing and practicing on it, I've found this to be the most useful. But that's my opinion. You might think differently. So there we go, we'll bang that in. Everything else can wait. Obviously we still want to do some of that. Let's just quickly check to see if we can't get some nags. Why don't? What's your problem? You were like medium a minute ago.
But do so with honesty.
How was I raiding and blockading the Sabinas? Like I was trespassing, that is true, but I certainly was not raiding or blocking them.
You approach as a friend. We choose our friends with care.
That's just like, you know, factually incorrect.
The offer has grown stale on your lips. I do not think I can bear to spend any more time on this.
I should have moved this guy down here.
Abandon the battle! Here we are, boys. At ease.
As you command.
Men will give their all.
Just need monies. Go Suburbia. Bang that in as well.
We'll soon have the enemy on the run.
I'm pretty sure I could take that with this. Maybe give it another turn's worth. As I said, I'm not going to rush. There's no reason to rush. I sometimes feel like if I was playing this off camera, I'd be taking I'd be going even slower. Well, maybe not even slower than what we've gone so far, but like I certainly wouldn't. It's weird when you're recording. Like I always feel like, oh, I need to do, and it's like, no, well, that's not the best way to do it. Best way to do it is to wait. So we shall wait. Just deploy you as well.
Come now, this offer is a good and honest one.
Friede,
Withdraw!
your choice makes little
We've
sense
arrived
to
in
me.
reasonable order.
Still, at least we have seen your true colours now.
Shh, Carthaginian politician. A man brought before you, he's accused of killing a Carthaginian official. However, he offers a sizable monetary contribution in return for assurances of his safety. What shall we do? I've never surrendered to Carthage. Don't know what it does. I doubt it will be better than Give Sanctuary. Give Sanctuary gives you, not this turn, next turn it will give me 2,000 gold for the cost of a 15-point Diplo penalty with Punic factions. But since I don't know any Punic factions right now, who gives a fudge? None of these factions, known factions, are Punic, as far as I'm aware, so who cares?
Our loyalty is yours.
Alright, I am going to go on and do this. But I am going to bring my other generals up, just so they can get a bit of experience.
Without moving out now.
You deployed? Yep.
Get this siege in place at the double.
And we'll have the loot as well.
Ready to do battle.
Okay, sweet. Is this level 1? I can't work it out. I'll have to repair that. Dismantle that because, well, it's level 3. So I can't even get that level 3. Where's that farm? Repair that, dismantle that. We can get another champion. I think we will. Chances for, yeah, this guy seems pretty sweet. Pop him in. Over here we will bang in bread and games. I just want to double check quickly again, see if these guys,
The omens are good. Your opening
still not massively up for it, but okay.
The soldiers of Rome will serve you
Speak
well.
and we obey.
Alright.
We are the men of Rome.
Traditions. Out of these three, for your first choice, personally, I would go with accomplished skirmishers. If we were some other faction somewhere else in the map where we were fighting what is deemed as barbarians, I don't think Etruscans are deemed as barbarians, and we're mainly going to be fighting Italian and Greek factions down south for a long part of the game. So maybe if you were somewhere further north, this would be a better option. But I think given who we are and where we are, I think this is the better choice to start with. So that's why we go with that. Other than that, end turn, nothing else to do. Got some rebels up there, but maybe someone will help us clear them out. If not, never mind. It's not a big deal. Alright, so yeah, insult on Carthage, minus 15 diplomacy with Punic factions, but plus 2,000 gold. Or whatever the currency is.
To serve.
And we obey.
We'll send them up north to deal with those rebels. Down here we will stick a meeting place in. No, not dismantle. Can't I convert? No, because apparently their farm is completely different to what ours is, so that was a bit of a waste of time repairing it.
We will serve you well.
Alright, we will deal with them when we get a chance, but obviously right now we can't. Just move you there, you stay there.
I will do anything.
You get deployed. We have a patrician as well, which is good. I'm going to move, well, not this turn, but I'm going to move him in. And when he levels up, then we'll talk a little bit more about their use. You, we'll just deploy you here. Now, we will get declared war on, sooner or later, by someone. Probably these guys, that's what I'm looking at. Wow, that is a bit of a force, you know. Alright, fair enough, there's not really much we can do since we don't have a garrison here. Not sure why this guy didn't reinforce. It's kind of a bit weird. I mean, not that it matters. It wasn't going to do much, but... somewhat annoying, but hey,
For Rome, for glory.
now hold on, let me just see if we can, because I want these guys to be friendly with me. I don't really want to trespass. So come on, man, military access. Come on. No.
Could the forces of
because then you'll just steal that settlement.
Your current travails? I have. Do you see this broken strap upon my sandal? That is the gods telling me to refuse your terms.
We will release captives because that gives us the most wealth, as you can see. Almost 700, that's pretty nice. We'll bring Marcus Camillus back into our territory. And we'll give him some movement. Some extra movement. Ding that in. You fly off over there. Good stuff. Why aren't you deployed? I swear I keep deploying you and you keep undeploying yourself for some weird reason.
I am Rome's champion.
Come on, who's declaring war on me? Someone's gonna do it. Let's see if we can get them to join the war now. Well, yeah, took a bit of a punish.
You have reached civilized lands now. I hope you will then.
Good.
You show wisdom.
Hopefully they will help us get rid of that last little unit there. Oh, hold on 1 minute.
You fight for Rome! Attack! Their settlement will fall.
Ready and willing. March on.
No mercy!
Alright, unfortunately that's all just got to stay the way it is for now.
We are ready to do battle.
Every man here will do his duty.
Alright, ping that in.
Salve. How can
Get to level up, so we go intimidation, as we said, same for this guy.
My sword is yours.
Nothing else going on. That's interesting if that's all they've got. They've got this fleet here. I have a plan.
We will serve you well. We'll soon have the enemy on the run.
11 turn. Well, I suppose we don't. There's no farm here. Well, there is, but apparently we don't know how to use that farm, so can't use it. But it won't take as long as what it says here to replenish. Although it will still take a while for him anyway, so I might just merge that unit.
All for the glory of Rome.
Did they destroy him? They certainly attacked them. No, they didn't destroy him. Alright, loads of rebellions.
The enemy will come to fear us.
Yeah, just outside, I think, our reinforcement range, which stinks.
Disengage the fleet.
Double checking.
Awaits heading for land.
We still don't have a garrison here, which is a bit pooey.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Awaiting orders.
Get
going, men. We'll soon have the enemy on the run. Attack! Heading out to sea. Get everyone ashore.
Okay. How much did it cost to... It's still too much. Let's just dismantle that now. Alright, the patrician. What I like to do with these guys, I like to put them in an army, and I like to go economist. When up to level 3, 10% upkeep cost, which is nice. Recruitment cost, okay, you know, cool. All good. Plus 3 authority to the general as well, don't forget. I also then like to, when we get a chance, put this in, smuggler, which can go up to 9% weapon damage for all melee and missile damage as well, which is pretty sweet. And it kind of depends. That would be alright if we were using more mercenaries. Cultural conversion isn't a bad thing, but I think actually that's after successful action, yeah, so it's not that great. And then I usually like to use this actually, just because the plus 5 diplomacy with all factions, that's pretty sweet. It goes up to plus 15%. But oh, I don't mind this as well, because the battle captives, it's actually pretty sweet, that, because it gives you more money for winning fights and releasing captives, like, you know, you're ransoming them off, so the more you capture, the higher the amounts, and you can start to make some serious money from winning fights as well, so I quite like to pump that up as well. But for now, we'll just go with that. That actually bumps us now over $1,000 in terms of our income. Look, this guy keeps getting... Stop undeploying him. Is it because the province changes or something like that? I don't know. It's annoying me. Right, loads of rebels, but these guys are coming to deal with them over here, which is sort of nice. This isn't as bad. This is actually quite handy for us, because it means, because they were within our reinforcement range, we still get some cash out of this. Because we have the option to release captives in almost 700. It's a lot of money for, like, you know, like when you're thinking that I'm earning like 1,000 per turn. So 700 is a lot of money. And then these guys just go, oh, that's actually beautiful what they've just done here. I think I can smash this fleet, kill them. Oh, hold on, and then declare war. All right, okay, this could work out quite nicely for me here. Opportunistic moves, we'll see. I managed to fly off. Both those rebellions crushed very quickly. What was that other thing? Oh, nice. Sort of. I really need a garrison here, otherwise I can't fucking leave, because these guys have got, like, troops.
Battle calls. Ready and willing.
Salve, how can I help?
Speak and we obey.
Because once that's it takes 2 turns though.
We will see.
I really want to declare war on these guys. I can crush that fleet straight away. But I can't leave these guys alone. Because until... problems, decisions.
Men will give their all.
I don't really want to spend money on more troops just yet, because I want to be making at least 1,000 gold, otherwise you can't upgrade. It's just too hard to upgrade your infrastructure.
Ready and willing.
I suppose they'll sit there for a while. Sorry, just thinking. Oh, but they're actually within range. Oh, for my non-existent garrison there, yeah. But then again, saying that, oh no, but they're pretty damaged as well. I was thinking if they weren't damaged, it would have actually been 2 proper ships against beaten up crew.
Awaiting orders. Battle call. Destroy them!
Oh, I thought there might be like a cheeky win in there. Sometimes there is.
Retreat!
We serve without question.
The men will leave none alive. Course set. Take
Get
us
lost.
out.
I'm going to get these guys over here because they'll replenish a bit quicker.
Fleet can set sail on your word.
Pretty sure they can't attack us. Yeah, they
We
can't.
wait only the
It's
tide
alright.
heading for port. We cannot follow that command. This order
Just
is
outside a
not
little bit.
set.
There
I
we
will
go.
do anything for Rome.
It'd be nice if you guys came and attacked them, you know. Alright, so we've got that. The next thing I like to go for, we will build this when we need to win another fight or two, so we've got some money from ransoming captives. We can build that up to level 3. The next thing I like to go for in terms of technology is this, because then that enables us to recruit the spy, who we need. But to do so, obviously, we have to go to the example of the Horathi, which seems like almost a bit of a wasted research project. It's not that great, but this is pretty good. -5 recruitment cost, movement range increased by 5%, and upkeep cost -5% is pretty sweet. So we will do that, and we will end turn. Go on, kill him! Yeah, good. Oh, and these guys pissed off as well. I was going to declare war on them and sink their ship in there, but that stinks. Alright, this guy leveled up again, so we'll increase his thingy-majiggy. Did I have another army over here? No, he can't quite reach. Oh, that would be glorious. Let's move you up to the border over here. I would like to build all that crap, but right now I'm going to grab 2 more Roman swordsmen. I'm going to bring you with me.
Soldiers of Rome on our way.
You get to hang out in this area.
My sword is yours.
Do we have enough money to do anything else? Yes, we do, but we don't have enough money to actually build one of the temples that I would like to build. So Neapolis was destroyed. I was looking at getting in a nap with them, but I didn't think it was worth it. That's down there, Neapolis, and the Veii obviously gone as well. Let's head to diplomacy.
You approach as a friend.
These guys, things should be headed in the right direction due to our little... They don't want military access. What's your problem? Probably still pissed off about me wandering into
my
their
salutations and the good wishes of...
Alright. Good. Our protectorate has expired, which means we will no doubt be facing a... Oh no, it hasn't expired, it's 3 more turns, but we will be having a rebellion almost as soon as it does. Let me just move this guy a bit further forward. I want to see if they've got any armies down here, which it doesn't seem they do. We'll deploy you. And we are going to declare some wars on these guys, because they're going to declare on us. So
You
we'll
are
just
welcome.
preempt it.
But that welcome can become a farewell.
Oh no! Oh no! What a shame, Widowmakers! What a shame! What a shame! Police. Can we actually hunt them down as well?
Ships at your command.
I think we can.
For those cowards, how dare they flee?
Oh no! Oh no! And we can get back up here as well to get us some replenishment. And we'll even get some more replenishment. Moving further forward. That's all good.
Salve. How can I help?
Can level you up. We'll move you into here actually, I think. We'll deploy you next turn. So that's crippled them pretty badly. They might have an army over here, but nothing that's going to be able to get over here in time to save their asses, so we'll be able to take Antium. And then once that's taken, then it's pretty easy to just crush these two other settlements. The question then becomes who actually declares war at us. Because I've been talking about like how, oh, they're all going to declare war, they're all going to declare war on me. But no one actually has of yet, which is kind of surprising, but they will. Right, let's get the castrum up. Even if we're not going to instantly recruit some of the better units, it's good to have them. I wouldn't mind that, but I guess this will do. This will do. And let's enter. Don't hurt. Don't wound my general. That would annoy me. I don't think he managed to do anything. Alright, so they're bringing an army over, but so they tried to bribe one of my units. That's something they can do now. They can bribe a unit, and that unit disappears, like just as if it gets disbanded, which isn't a massively big deal in a 20 stack. But like if you've got like, which you quite often will be running in this campaign, like a 5 stack army, 7 stack like backup army, just to crush rebellions, you know, losing a whole unit from there is pretty shit. But I'm going to end this episode here. I am pretty happy with the first episode. We've got rid of the Veii. No one actually declared war on us, which was shock horror. We're in a good position actually to crush the Volsci, even though, you know, we actually, you know, they've still got their free settlements, but we should be able to just steamroll them, which is good. Unfortunately, we kind of buddied up with these guys a bit more than what I would have liked to, but it's okay. We'll break those agreements as and when. I'm kind of looking at these guys as a possibility as well, but I'm not sure. It all really depends on what happens with it, because the Samnites and loads of these other dickheads around here will declare on us. It's just when. So, you know, we'll play it by ear. As it's the first episode of a brand new series, please do hit those like buttons. They mean a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Check back in tomorrow when we'll continue the adventure, but until then, take care. Bye-bye.